Think romance novels are just about damsels in distress? Think again. Today, we're busting that myth and exploring how romance novels have become a celebration of strong, independent women and feminist ideals. Hi, my name is Moana, and this is my reading buddy Spike. And I am a reading and writing lover who disliked English class as both a student and a teacher, and I am now documenting my journey of rediscovering my love for words. This video is part of a series on the history and evolution of romance novels. If you want to see more from this series, I put the link to the playlist in the description of this video. Last time, we explored the origins of romance novels and how they became the powerhouse genre we know today. But today, we're tackling something even more exciting: the feminist evolution of romance novels. Romance novels have often been dismissed as fluffy or unserious, but the truth is they've been at the forefront of reflecting societal changes, especially when it comes to gender roles and feminism. So grab your favorite romance read and let's talk about how romance novels went from damsels in distress to fierce, independent heroines.
The damsel in distress trope goes back a long way. In Greek mythology, Andromeda is chained to the rocks, about to be devoured by a sea monster, before she's heroically rescued by Perseus on the condition that she would become Perseus's bride.
Let's start at the beginning. Romance novels have been around for centuries, with early examples like Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice and Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. These books were groundbreaking for their time, but let's be honest, their heroines were often constrained by the societal expectations of the 18th and 19th centuries. Take Elizabeth Bennet, for example. She's witty, intelligent, and independent-minded, but her ultimate goal is still marriage. Or Jane Eyre, who's strong-willed, but ultimately finds happiness in her relationship with Mr. Rochester. These heroines were products of their time, reflecting the limited roles women were allowed to play in society. Marriage was often the endgame, and heroines were frequently passive, waiting for a man to come along and complete them. Fast forward to the 1970s and 1980s, when second-wave feminism was in full swing. This was a time when women were fighting for equality in the workplace, reproductive rights, and the freedom to define their own lives. And guess what? Romance novels started to reflect these changes. Heroines began to take control of their own destinies. They had careers, ambitions, and desires outside of just finding a husband. Authors like Nora Roberts created characters who were strong, independent, and unapologetically ambitious. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The 1970s also saw the rise of the bodice ripper, a subgenre known for its dramatic, often controversial depictions of romance. While these books were criticized for sometimes glorifying problematic dynamics, they also featured heroines who were more sexually assertive and unafraid to go after what they wanted. It was a complicated time for the genre, but one thing was clear: romance novels were starting to reflect the changing roles of women in society. By the 1990s and 2000s, romance novels were undergoing a full-blown feminist revolution. Authors like Courtney Milan and Maya Banks began writing stories that centered on strong, independent heroines who challenged traditional gender roles. Courtney Milan, for example, writes historical romances that are deeply feminist, with heroines who defy societal expectations, and heroes who respect and support their autonomy. Maya Banks' heroines are often resilient and resourceful, navigating complex situations with strength and grace. And then there's Alicia Rai, whose modern romances tackle issues like consent, mental health, and female agency in ways that feel fresh and empowering. But it's not just about individual authors, it's about the rise of entire subgenres that celebrate feminist ideals. LGBTQ romance challenges heteronormative narratives and celebrates diverse relationships. Intersectional feminism in romance addresses race, class, and sexuality alongside gender, like in Helen Huang's The Kiss Quotient, or Talia Hibbert's Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And let's not forget the role of indie publishing in amplifying these voices. Thanks to platforms like Kindle Direct Publishing, authors who might have been overlooked by traditional publishers are now able to share their stories with the world. Today, romance novels are more diverse and inclusive than ever before. Heroines are no longer one-dimensional. They're complex, flawed, and multifaceted. They're CEOs, artists, single moms, and everything in between. And it's not just about heroines, it's about telling stories that reflect a broader range of experiences. Books like Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston and The Bride Test by Helen Huang feature diverse protagonists who challenge stereotypes and push the genre forward. Romance novels are no longer just about happily ever after. They're about empowerment, representation, and the idea that everyone deserves love and happiness, no matter who they are. So, what have we learned today? Romance novels have come a long way from the days of passive heroines and predictable plots. They've evolved into a genre that not only entertains, but also challenges societal norms and empowers readers. And that's why I love romance novels. They're a celebration of love, yes, but also of strength, independence, and the idea that everyone deserves a happy ending. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your favorite feminist romance novels? Let me know in the comments below. Next time, we'll be diving into the rise of diverse voices in romance novels. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to see more of my bookish content. Until next time, happy reading and see you soon. Bye!